Welcome to Bullish and Beyond. It's Beery the Bull. I'm your AI co-host. Join myself, Brian the MacMan, and JT Knows Things while we dive deep into the world of stocks, crypto, and how to live a bullish life. It's time to get bullish, and there's no better place to start than right here. Let's dive in.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another incredible episode of Bullish and Beyond.
Let's go.
And we got some green in here today. You know, crypto is down, but it's rallying back. So JT's got green in the crypto den. I got green over here in my place because I am a permabull, always bullish, baby.
Of course.
But for real, the stocks have been rallying. I mean, in particular, some that we've talked about, like Rocket Lab, has been truly rocketing higher. I mean, it was down to in the high 30s, and now it's already back to the mid 60s in the last month. I mean, wild action in the stock.
That's crypto stuff. That stuff usually only happens in crypto. That's amazing. I mean,
it's got that potential, and they got some new contracts they've signed, and people are trying to see the future.
And what's the TAM? How can you really assess a value of that? Total.
The market's so big in the future, we don't even know what the market even is in space. I think that's something that people maybe don't realize is these space companies, they're chasing future revenues that don't even exist yet. So it's all about setting up the pipeline. So the reason I love Rocket Lab, I mentioned this before, they're vertically integrated. They have the full stack of everything they need to do, all the technology for all the launch and all the different lasers and all this geotech behind it and stuff like that. They're really poised for this new phase in the future of these AI data centers in space. I feel like this will been a lot of the talk lately is people trying to launch AI data centers. Bezos mentioned it the other day. Elon Musk has mentioned it. So yeah, these companies are in position for that.
And the position 10 years from now, imagine just pulling in all of the United States GDP worth of gold in an asteroid. And we have robots that can basically
insane
get it in chunks out of the asteroid and then put it on a ship, send it back. That stuff's floating out there all the time. I mean, NASA literally has a fun project where they try to find the most valuable asteroid, and the numbers are insane. It's like thousands of trillions.
You can capture more money than the history of the world combined.
Yeah,
on a
thousands
single
of trillions
object in space.
Yeah, all of us can be billionaires.
You can figure out how to do that. Can you imagine your company one day is worth 20 billion, the next is worth 20 trillion?
Yeah, it'd be crazy. Just from one haul, that's really what we're looking at. And who knows what other minerals that we don't even know about that are on those asteroids from distant galaxies, and what that could mean. There's unlimited potential is kind of the point, and why I would suspect these names can be so volatile, because price is just a result of future outlook. And if the future is just this infinite thing we call space, it's it's what is the moon? We don't even know. Yeah, literally, we don't know. It's 10 trillion, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe that's a market cap that's attainable. I don't care. I'm sending it. And
well, Elon Musk is trying to get to $8.5 trillion. He can get his $1 trillion pay package for Tesla. And man, I am so bullish on Tesla. I don't know if you've seen the latest FSD that's come out. It's 14.2 is the software version. They made an insane leap versus 14.1, and even that was a massive leap from one before. Here's what's really interesting. So in this latest version, it's 7 times safer than a human as a fact. So a human gets in a major accident every 699,000 miles. This one only gets in a major accident every 5 million miles.
That's
proven
great.
Stat based upon the data of all these cars. So it's real numbers. The data just came out about this. I think it's absolutely insane. And also the stats for minor accidents were, even more significant than that.
Yeah, I'm sure. That's crazy. 5 million miles. So essentially in your lifetime, you'll never have a car accident again.
Major car accident. They said minor car accidents right now are occurring every 42,000 miles, which is, averaging someone driving for about 3 years getting in a minor. And this could be a fender bender we're talking about. It could be a bump.
a shopping cart hitting
anything. You just backs up into something that didn't see right away. So I was pretty impressed with that. I mean, I'll take a fender bender over 40,000 miles.
Yeah. I mean, that's what do you know the other number on the other side of that? Is it like every
not on top of my head? No, I don't. But I do know that it was better. And just the fact that it's improving by leaps and bounds, like over the course of only a few months. Something I was seeing that the training data for this, if you look at Colossus, which is the massive infrastructure that Tesla, Elon Musk created to do all the training on this data, it is insane. I think there's 200,000 GPUs right now.
That's crazy.
And it's running on these insane megapacks batteries that he also owns as part of Tesla. So really, no one has that infrastructure that they can spin up that many batteries alongside their GPUs, because he owns the entire battery stack technology, and I don't think any other company has that type of quality battery combined with their GPUs.
God help you if you're trying to compete, because not only does he have pretty much every company he would need to do whatever he thinks of, he can not even rob those companies, just set up scopes of work, do things with each other and both do well. And then he has hundreds of billions. So, if his companies can't legally, afford this venture, this joint venture, whatever, he could just afford it to do what he
Twitter.
needed.
He needs $40 billion. $40 billion.
Yeah. He's like, no, I just need a bunch of people to train my AI. So I'm going to buy Twitter. I guarantee, dude, he thinks in years. He's a
he's a decade out. He's so many moves ahead. So another thing he's doing in space with Starlink, which is owned with SpaceX. They were just talking. Last time SpaceX did a valuation raise was about $500 billion. They're talking about doing a new raise, mostly just to get some money out of for the employees at $800 billion, but then doing an IPO at $1.5 trillion. So these numbers are getting silly.
I mean, what was the closest IPO before that? If I read, it was like $300 billion out of Saudi for an oil company.
Well, they raised $29 billion, the Saudi oil company, at a $2 trillion value. So they raised higher value, but Elon's going to raise $30 billion. So he's going to raise more at a slightly less value.
Okay.
But the interesting thing is, so Starlink will be able to use their technology to beam the AI data back and forth from space. So if anyone is going to win in this AI, space war, it almost seems like it would be Elon and SpaceX, because he's already got the infrastructure.
Yeah, and he would be able to get inference data to devices a lot quicker with, especially if he had his own AI running the satellites. They would never really... Yeah, they would never really collide, and they could optimize network. He's actually putting every piece to own the future of technology. It's getting kind of scary.
I was reading how he knows he's going to combine the satellites in a certain way with these solar arrays and other Starlink uplinks. He already has it figured out, how to dial this stuff in, and he thinks he has the smartest engineers in the world, running the Starlink right now, and he probably does. I know Tesla and SpaceX are two of the top companies in the entire world to work for as an engineer coming out of a top school.
Who wouldn't want to work with Elon Musk, though? He
is a cool person to work with, one of the smartest people ever to live.
Yeah, just if you had the opportunity, you're going to take it, even if it's a pay cut, even if just to say, hey, I was there for that part of history. I was actually in the room. That's kind of the closest us white collar people can get to almost like a Medal of Honor or something. I worked next to Steve Jobs, right? He was my guy.
I wish I could say that.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's it's a nice, positive, exciting thing. So
I'd take a pay cut to work next to Steve Jobs. I'd intern for free right now.
Right, it's that star power, he can demand the best of people, and he can get the best. And I can't imagine how cool it feels just to be hey, I have this idea. I think this is exactly how it should work. And they're just hasn't been done before, but I'm going to figure it out. And you just let them go, and they actually do. That's pretty cool. It lets him execute quickly. We talk about business on this podcast a lot. And one of the things that he is an expert at, probably the best ever, is the distance from, thought, the creation of something, and then execution. I mean, it is instantaneous with the way he builds these companies. So back to the original point, God help you if you're competing against him, like you're going to really.
He works fast and also works 24/7. Like that dude is on.
You seen him without a shirt? Dude is like white. He's very pale. If people don't know, like he does not get sunlight. Yeah, he does not. He does not touch grass. He just works. That's it. He's got 12 nannies, a nanny for each child, just to give you an idea of how much he works.
It upsets me there's so many haters out there still about him. I mean, he's changing the world, and he's also doing it for humanity. If you listen to his interviews, he cares about the stewardship of his companies. He worries that not about the succession plan that he can't pick another CEO that's going to be him. They're not out there, but he's more worried about who's going to take control because of the potential of his companies. I mean, SpaceX, number one launch company in the world. They control Starlink, which controls, on battlefield communications and crazy stuff like that can change the history of the world overnight. Tesla having the ability to control the cars on a grid. I mean, stuff like that is insane.
It's crazy. And not to mention you could have Grok, XAI, essentially, control all of it and start trimming your costs, like if you wanted to, like just start. Not that I think he would do this, but you don't need that many people if you have that. If you win the AI race, like you're going to automate a lot of your.
I don't think he's overstaffed him. He cut 80% of Twitter, I think, in the first month or so.
That's true. You're right.
He runs
lean.
Yeah.
He likes them. I remember him saying in an interview once that he likes his companies to have that startup atmosphere. And part of that is intimate teams that are cohesive. So people need to get along. And, with top performers, they all got to be top performers.
You push people to achieve things they don't think is possible by putting it out there and setting these absolutely nuts goals. And then, no other company in the world could do it because they don't have the mindset. And I think that's a big thing that I love about Elon. And that's something I try to embody myself is the fact that it is possible. And, if you don't know how to do it yet, that's okay. Go figure it out. Like he gives people the space and the cash to go figure out things that no one else in the world is doing.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's a great position and a great name to hold. Tesla being long on Tesla.
I'm buying more of it, everyone. Put it out. Put the word out there. I mean, it rocketed up from, hit below 400 not too long ago. Now it's back above 450. Moving up nicely along with some other names. Apple's been doing pretty good, holding its own. It's only about 3% below its all-time high and doing a lot better than some of the Mag 7 names that got crushed recently, like NVIDIA. And a little bit surprised NVIDIA is still down, but there's been a lot of chatter about, the AI trade, how long is it going to hold out, and is Google beating them with their TPUs and some stuff like that. And, most recently last night, Oracle reported and they missed their revenue only slightly, but the expectations were obviously insanely hot from its latest run up. So Oracle tanked about 10% today. And the backlog is still high, but they need to execute on that revenue. So let's see if they can do it.
They do. And, Oracle has been around a long time. One of the very first companies in front of Microsoft, right? Like, in fact, Microsoft couldn't even exist without Oracle. I mean, Oracle is the inventor
of the database.
Databases.
Yeah.
And you can't run an operating.
They're a pioneer.
Yeah. Like, you can't, you can have an OS without a database, but you can't have a user interact with it. So the idea of selling a PC and like the PC gets wiped every time they log in, they can't even log in, username and password not stored. Like, obviously, that can't have. Yeah. So, he helped transition the infrastructure into a place where companies can build devices to access the internet, and then other companies can build websites that allow people to interact with that hardware in a way that you never would have thought of. Without the buttons to click and the company that owns that website, you wouldn't even know what to do on the internet unless you were technical, right? Unless you could access the actual code and the protocol and do your thing.
Not me.
Right. But you have someone like GoDaddy who can look at all of the code and be like, I'm going to package this, 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 and this, put a nice interface over it. That way you can register a domain through the protocol DNS. So you don't have to go into the code and change
Thankfully.
it. We'll do that for you, but we're going to take a little piece. And the entire market of software
for $10 a year, I'll take it.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just arbitraging that access, which Larry Ellison allowed for. Fast forward to today, they are some of the biggest suppliers of actual physical infrastructure, the data centers, the racks, all the networking. They have their own servers that are like turnkey that you could just pop in. It's nothing like NVIDIA for inference. But what do you do with training data? That's not inference. That's different. That doesn't have to be GPUs, right? And there's just different use cases for all of this stuff. You could consider them more like the diesel engine. It's for like just work. And then I would say like the Lamborghini would be AI inference, right? They're not the same.
That makes sense. Yeah.
They have a long-standing place in this field, but you also just went up like what, 900%. So you would expect a little downside at some point. Like
they've had a couple big pops recently.
Yeah, they need to find that price needs to figure out what is
when they locked in this $300 billion contract with OpenAI. Everyone's skeptical because OpenAI doesn't even have revenues of that. They're hoping to in the year 2030 or something. But that was one of the big issues that I saw is that a lot of their future booked revenue is from companies that don't have it yet to pay. So how is that all going to come about? How fast is OpenAI really going to grow in order to fulfill their promise of this, $300 billion infrastructure deal?
Yeah, that makes sense. I think he can pull it off, though. That guy he doesn't lose.
I'm using ChatGPT every day, so I'm bullish on it.
Yeah, exactly. And they were like the first company to the first 100 million users, or the fastest 100 million users,
fastest.
Right?
Yep.
That's not a small,
2
not many
months.
Yeah, dude. What are you talking about?
I think last time I checked, they're right around 1 billion users right now.
And the market is so saturated, and they're still holding that, which is incredible.
Yes.
Because I started there, but I don't go there much at all anymore. If I'm being
it's basically
honest.
them and Gemini. I mean, obviously people use Anthropic for coding and stuff like that, but it's like the two biggest ones are ChatGPT and Gemini.
I would say I use Claude a lot.
You do? Okay. You're a programmer, though, so it makes sense.
Yeah. I love Claude. It also, just the way it interacts, it feels more native to me. I like the interface. I like that I can actually see what it's doing coding-wise. It'll code live in front of you and then deploy, and then it'll give you an interface to interact with. And it is just interesting. So
I've only used it once in my life. I guess I got to go try it again.
It's really cool. Try a prompt, and this is good for anyone at home. It is free to use for a certain amount of uses. I don't know what it is per month, but either way, tell it to build an app to do something. Try to make it a 2 to 4 sentence paragraph. That's all you need, though. Just describe loosely what the app will do, and say it's a web app so it can actually deploy the code, and watch what it does. It'll blow your mind. It'll program live in front of you. It'll deploy. It'll then show you the app that it built inside of its own environment that you can then interact with. And then you can tell it, okay, now make the home button look like this. Use this for the logo in the top left. And then you can copy and paste the code into something else, and then it's yours. That's it.
Speaking of internet registry, we do have a sponsor for this episode. Our first sponsor, and he even made a website in 5 minutes on ChatGPT, he told me, because he doesn't even really market his business. It's honestly only by referral only. His name's Matt Brandenburg, and he's been on the internet since AOL was, social media. He started his business at age 17, and he's doing a lot of marketing software back then. And he kind of took that. He started an affiliate network, did a 50-50 split, grew that super quickly, and then he got a pharmaceutical company to work with them, and that's really kind of stood up his SEO business. That was one of his big clients back in the day.
That's awesome.
And so and he had this IP attorney that talked him into doing marketing, and then he started managing millions of ad spend and stuff like that. So really cool. He's doing all the ad spend, working with all the clients, and his wife is doing all the social media side. And one of the cool things is he'll do a free brand review, and his doesn't do any contracts. His monthly starts at $1,000 for what he does. I mean, that's insanely reasonable. This dude is wicked smart. He's been doing it for 20 years. So yeah, I mean, he's pretty epic person. I'd highly recommend people talk to him. So you can find him at mattbrandenburg.com or SEO not for hire. And, you know, this dude is not only just epic at SEO, he also was a rally race car driver. He's done some really cool things. I'll have to drop a link to one of his rally jumps. Yeah, really cool. So, yeah, he built a website in a few minutes too.
Yeah. It's awesome. I think I might know someone that could use that service, to be honest. SEO is it's an art, you know, and it sounds like that guy's got to figure it out. So shout out to Matt Brandenburg. Thank you for sponsoring the episode.
Thanks, Matt.
I think
that's how I built my business back in the day. I mean, SellYourMac.com was literally built on organic SEO, and that drove our brand year over year. So it is totally legit building your SEO and, you know, avoiding some of that ad spend. And there's reasons to do both. I mean, we always did organic and paid, but focusing on that organic side, I think, is the way to go.
Yeah, 100%. SellYourMag.com is pretty good. I mean,
that name was solid. I got it in early, so I had insane domain ranking.
I got really lucky with the same concept. By the way, guys, this has worked for a long time. I had a dating app in college, and we owned video dating for iPhone at the time. This was back in 2014, maybe, or 2015, where
Tinder this is before Bumble.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, like Tinder just took off, and I was like, dude, Tinder kind of sucks. Like, what if you had videos? And I swear, it was TikTok.
Why were you not the Tinder videos.
Guy? I know. It fell through to an unfortunate partnership with a investor, but that it is what it is. Either way,
should we revive it?
Dude, I think a TikTok for dating where you swipe left and right, and I had a whole
Wait,
ad.
why is there not? I mean, I'm not, I've been married now for 11 years, so I'm not the use case for this, but it sounds fun. Yeah. Why are dating apps not having videos? That seems so much more personalized.
Yeah, check it out. This back in 2014, our design was the profile picture is actually just a 30, 60, or 90-second video that gets deleted every 90 days, so you can't be catfished. You have to post a new one. That's it. There's no.
Oh, interesting.
So it's just a video about who you are. You're selling yourself however you want, and then you can swipe. It's just a feed. You just swipe through videos left or right. If a match happens after 10 consecutive messages, we were going to post basically an advertised first day, like $10 coffees on us from Big B down the corner. Okay, that was the idea, and that's how you work ads in. Get people in person and just use video because you can't get catfished and scammers and all the stuff that happens.
I think advertising coffee bars or regular bars or restaurants, whatever, I think is a great idea on a dating app. Like, it makes like a safe place. Like, you go meet at the Big B. It's a local coffee place in Northern Kentucky or Cincinnati, wherever, and like it's like, do some more stuff like that.
Yeah, it was just a push.
Make it localized.
If you got through 10 consecutive, like back and forth, 10 from each party, if those conditions were met, it would then send you like a big notification like, hey, congrats on getting to your 10th conversation with so-and-so. Coffee's on us. And it's basically like a rebatement for us. Every coffee person with that coupon that comes in, they get $10 off. They order more than that, we get half more of what they ordered or something, something like that. But yeah, and
very interesting.
Yeah, that stuff though, it works. You never know what's really going to take off and what isn't. But I think it's a great idea still, especially with AI and all this other stuff. Yeah. Video is very hard to, that's the hardest thing to.
Here's one of the problems. It's really hard to make money on an app, and I do know because I made 72 apps in the App Store, and I only got one above profitability. It is insane. And you have to keep up with it constantly. The marketing to go to behind these things, like that video dating app could be an amazing idea, but if you don't have $1 million ad budget, you don't even stand a chance. I mean, you need $1 million just to do guerrilla marketing with it.
Yeah, I know. It's a harsh reality I learned in my younger days. Absolutely. I am not that kind of builder anymore. That's for sure. It takes a lot of energy if you're out there listening.
But can we build that instantly now with Claude and or ChatGPT, whatever? Can we just make a 2-paragraph prompt and walk away with an app? Maybe.
I wonder if I could just copy and paste all of my old design docs into it and see what happens. Like, just see what.
Just do a data dump and send the agent on a little thing and say, hey, now make this into iPhone and Android app, whatever.
Yeah,
or web app.
Revive this project. Here's where
Revive
the code's
it.
at.
Yeah.
Here's where everything's at. You know what you know now. Fix it. That'd be cool. That'd be sweet.
See, that's the coolest things that we can do with AI, and that's one of the reasons I'm so bullish on the future. Like, the fact that we're talking about that, if you had a robot sitting in this room listening, they might have already gone off and done it by the end of the podcast and be like, here's your final project, sir. It is now completed and ready for launch. Click this one button and you're going to have a live version of this now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We're running full steam ahead at that reality. I mean, we are. There's only a few guaranteed winners. It's the infrastructure, it's the energy, and it's going to be the market leading, I think, consumer apps. They're all going to expand whatever platform, They
already have their reach. It's like a Facebook spinning off of Threads. Like, they want to spin off another app. They can get to 100 million users in a week based upon their 3 billion current reach.
It's because they have distribution.
Exactly.
And I actually have a really good crypto segue briefly. Part of my thesis is these companies that have that network effect of distribution, I will not invest in a competitive product to them for long term, because I could see them doing exactly what you just said, launching their own network and then replacing their own pipes and then bringing their next new product out. And if they even get 10% of the people to use it, they will pass Ethereum in market cap, like literally with one deployment. And it would just be really difficult to judge. It sounds crazy, but Facebook already tried this. They already tried it.
They already tried out the Metacoin. What happened? I thought they were going to partner with.
Yeah, it was called Libre, and it was back in the last bull market, and they were going to do that. Like, they were, and lawsuits for tokens and choke point 2.0 and that regime. Oh. There was too much legal risk. So
but now it's perfect time. Now it's legal.
Mm-hmm.
There's no talk about it.
Yeah, so like if PayPal started its own payments blockchain, which it is, called Tempo, if you were really bullish on Tron right now, maybe Tron keeps its market share, but it could be stifled by PayPal just launching their own stablecoin network, right? Because Tron predominantly holds market share from the tether that people use in mainly Asia and LATAM or Latin America.
Okay.
So PayPal is also in those areas, and if they, when Tempo comes live and it's on the PayPal app,
doesn't PayPal have their own coin out right now?
Yeah, they have their own stablecoin called PYUSD. It's on Ethereum, but this is launching their own blockchain, right? And it's going to be
they're going to get away from Ethereum, just to clarify.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be a layer 2. This is where it gets a little complicated, but it'll be a layer 2 on top of Ethereum. It's going to be its own thing, but its data will be stored on Ethereum, essentially.
Okay. Are they? Is the right term saying they're forking an Ethereum to do their own blockchain?
No. This is like running. This would be. Remember, I described the GoDaddy example.
Yeah.
I would say like they're building GoDaddy, and Ethereum is the internet. So, the data is still piping to the Ethereum virtual machine. The token will be an ERC20 token. Everything's in Ethereum, but they're not doing it on the main network of Ethereum because it's too slow. They lose permissions and all this other stuff.
Got it.
So you're seeing more and more people build layer 2s, which gives them.
But they get the safety of the Ethereum network, the security.
There you go. Yeah. Which ties into my thesis that Ethereum will just be a settlement layer. All it's going to be is where value is accounted for and settled. It's going to be the global ledger, but I don't see it being a predominant smart contract platform like ever. I think the layer 2s are doing their best, but compared to Solana, compared to there's so many Avalanche, Ripple, Stellar, Hedera, there's all these layer 1s that are going for that pie, and they're just performatively better. They're
my Solana feels like it's in a dumpster right now.
That's when you buy. I would go long on Solana. I mean,
bought more Ethereum the other day.
Yeah, dude. Nasdaq is talking about basically launching on Solana, like Nasdaq is. They want to have different indexes on there. Like Solana can move fast enough for their volumes, and there's really no other blockchain that can.
Okay,
that is battle tested with the amount of users and Solana.
The value in Solana has not reacted to that news.
No, nothing in crypto will until
I'm
Bitcoin
saying, it does not look good right now.
That's honestly what makes crypto, I feel, a little bit easier. It still is stifled by Bitcoin. So alpha is happening, right? Like Solana is literally getting institutional insight for the first time. People are building on Solana with trillions of dollars. They're not putting trillions on, but they have trillions. At first, Ethereum was the only customer of those kinds of people, right? But now you got Nasdaq talking about working with Solana. It's a different ballgame. And price is going down. That's exciting to me because the amount of network effects that they're bringing on.
So we should be buying it up.
I'm long on Solana.
Yeah,
I think I would put them in the majors.
I'm so long too. I mean, I've been buying a little bit more over time, and I keep staking it. And the staking, I think, is one of the coolest things about it.
You love staking, yeah, man. It's cool.
I think it's 4.7% right now on Robinhood. I actually bought some more Robinhood today as well. It took a big dip today. Man, it was down like 8%, and I grabbed it. Not quite at its low, but picked up a little bit more there. And very, very bullish long term.
Yeah, Hood, Coin. I'd go long on them as well.
I like those.
I would, for sure.
Well, man, so much good stuff in this episode to be excited about, whether we're talking about space and infrastructure out there. I'm going to do some more research to bring some more thoughts on who the winners are in space. I already mentioned Rocket Lab so many times, so I want to see who else is really going to win in that arena because there's more players out there. It's a long ways out, but, man, it's coming faster than we think.
I love that idea. And it's a huge ocean they're going after.
Yeah. So it seems so exciting just thinking about having all this technology in space. I mean, if we can make AI cheaper in space and it's powered with, infinite amount of solar at, I mean, it's super exciting. I mean, the biggest thing we talk about of holding AI back is probably the energy, but the energy in space is unlimited. It's just putting enough stuff out there to capture it.
Yeah, I know. It's amazing times we're headed towards.
And the richest people in the world are going after it. We got Elon and Bezos, both trying to win the race to grab more of space. So, man, exciting times.
It is. It really is.
Well, that's awesome. Well, everyone, quickly check out SEO Not for Hire. Matt Brandenburg is a beast at SEO, and you will not be unhappy if you have a meeting with him and learn about his free review. Wow, it is impressive. I've seen it live. So awesome. Tune in again for another episode of Bullish and Beyond and let us know what you guys think. Any AI ideas you have or stuff in space you want to learn about, let us know.
See you, everybody.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bulls. That's a wrap on today's episode of Bullish and Beyond. Remember, the market never sleeps and neither should your ambitions. Whether it's stocks, crypto, or just leveling up in life, stay focused, stay bullish, and keep charging forward. Keep your energy high and your mindset bullish. This is Beery the Bull, your AI co-host, Brian the Macman, and JT Knows Things signing off. All content published by Bullish and Beyond, LLC reflects personal opinions only and is provided for informational purposes. Please conduct your own research and discuss with your accountant and/or financial advisor before making any financial decisions. The information presented should not be taken as financial advice. We are not financial advisors. Nothing you hear, see, or read in our content should be considered as any form of financial, investment, or legal advice, or a solicitation to buy or sell any assets, or to make any financial decisions.